situation. Can he get in? No, he cannot.
Looks to throw. He does downfield, and a leaping catch is made down at the 25. What a play. David Tyree comes up with the ball. What a play by Eli Manning.
Elway can run inside the 10. Head first. He dives inside the 5-yard line.
You want to tell me the 37-year-old man doesn't want to win this game? That's sacrifice. Oh, man. Mahomes looking that way, throwing that way. Kelsey got it. Touchdown.
Hey, all those people that doubted us and hated on us and thought we were going to lose this day. Yes,
Shut up, bitch. Oh, my God.
Young to the air, young to Jerry Rice. Touchdown, San Francisco.
This is WHPC Sports Talk.
So it's not every day, and it's certainly not every Super Bowl that we get to crown a dynasty in the NFL, but that's exactly what happened last night with the Kansas City Chiefs, winning their third Super Bowl in 5 seasons. Great finish, kind of a up and down, choppy game, but a great finish in Las Vegas, and great night overall. Festivities was amazing. We're going to recap it all on Sports Talk here on the Voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3 WHPC, Joshua Umahi, your host, on this Monday, February 12th. I am joined by Liam Flynn, Zach Spring, Devin O'Shea, and Ross Levine, and yourself at 516-572-7440. So, y'all, entertaining weekend in the world of sports. Obviously, the Super Bowl takes huge precedent. Had some other things go on as well, but before we get into all of that, how are we all doing today? How are we feeling?
We're okay. You know, it's like not the greatest day. Football, not for another 6 months. That sucks. But, you know, we move. It's a Monday.
Well, I was just searching up the Super Bowl score just to have my stats in front of me. And when I search it up on Google, fireworks start popping off all around my screen. And I hate it. I didn't want the Chiefs to win yesterday. It was
Wait. You a Cowboys fan?
Yeah, I don't know why. That's the thing.
What are you talking about?
You hate both teams. It's the lesser of two evils. I just didn't want to see Jackson Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes. This entire family continues to start winning. It's between a team that I hate and between a family that I hate. I just didn't want to.
Nobody else thinks that's crazy. A Cowboys fan, the Niners punch out teeth in every single postseason. And y'all just rooting for them in the Super Bowl?
You can't be doing
Didn't
that.
happen this year, so don't have any bad blood this specific season.
They handed you like 3 straight losses or something.
What are you, a goldfish? Like how your memory just like expires?
Dude, what am I supposed to do? Root for Patrick Mahomes? I'm not rooting for Patrick Mahomes. You're not seeing it happen.
It's Nemo next to me.
It's not. You're not going to see me rooting for Patrick Mahomes. It's not going to be a thing.
All right.
I mean, like,
got it.
Shout out Taylor Swift because she stopped us this year from getting way more Jackson Mahomes content than we needed. There's one positive because of that. Like, we didn't hear of Jackson Mahomes that much this year.
Yeah, the only time we heard of him was him not getting in the club.
We also heard there was what he did around week 3 was not.
Well, no, that was last year. It's 2024 now.
He beat the case though.
Yeah, they were dropped. The charges got dropped, right?
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
Free the boy Jackson.
Don't say that.
He free.
Let's not free that man. Let's keep that man, if he is locked up wherever he's at.
Far away from us.
I did see Pat Mahomes Sr.
What pack was he smoking?
Yeah. He didn't. I didn't see that.
He ain't specify. He ain't specify, but I hear it's real good up in the Bay.
I don't know if he's allowed to have a pack because he might have the ankle monitor on him right now.
Yeah, ankle monitor was definitely beeping in the booth wherever he was at watching the game. If that's, you gotta take it with how you come. I mean, listen, you get 3 DUIs, and by the way, shout out to Pat Mahomes, just continuing to overshadow.
Good, I thought you were about to say Pat Mahomes Sr. I was gonna be like, whoa.
Shout out to Pat Mahomes II for just continuing to win, and more importantly, outshadow and overshadow just the mess that is his family. Listen, man, they always say like family is an extension of you. I know Pat Mahomes he's got some stuff leaked lately. He had the dad bod picture leaked
And whatever happened
in the
last
locker
night
room,
was quite...
There's some concerning pictures floating around social media, but we don't got to get into all that right now.
Nom nom.
He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Listen, got to eat it like groceries, you know?
Cookie.
Oh, man. Once again, y'all don't even be subtle with it. I love it.
No, I mean, that was his tweet. He did delete a tweet today saying that in 2014.
See,
so.
I feel like if you're that type of individual, you just got to stand on it. You can't be ashamed of it.
Maybe he's an individual like that of past. Maybe that was his old ways. He has 2 kids
That
now.
did look like younger Mahomes, though, that picture. It didn't look like him yesterday.
It did look like a rookie season Mahomes.
Rookie season or Texas Tech Mahomes, for sure.
The investigation.
The hair and everything, like you could definitely tell it's older.
The hair?
Are you paying that much attention to the picture?
Devin,
I caught a
bro.
glimpse.
What do you mean by that?
I can't say anything.
Pause.
Like, you look at his hair. You know, you see it was like 2 to 3 inches when he played his Texas Tech that final season. But when he was a rookie.
Devin, I'll pull the picture up so you can
Don't
do some more
do it.
examining.
Don't do that.
He had such a twinkle in his eyes. You could tell it was his rookie season.
Hey, yo,
Life didn't hit him yet.
Twinkle in the eye.
I mean, that's what you say. Like, oh, the hair, I could tell.
I'm not talking.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not
The
talking
hair,
about his
I'm
eye
not going to
color.
lie. This is not this year.
Okay.
You were correct, Devin.
Yeah.
Evan, he's right, but is he really right when it comes to this type of stuff?
Is that the swimsuit edition?
No, that was not.
Sports Illustrated has to make some money now, you know? So
Cover page.
This would help them with their financial woes.
Moving along.
Hire
far away.
somebody other than artificial intelligence. How about the halftime show?
Yeah, we're going to get into all of that,
That was
in a little
terrible. Bottom 5 halftime show I've ever seen in my life.
bit.
I went to
Crazy,
TikTok.
but I do have something special planned for the halftime show.
I hope it's better than the halftime show.
All right. We'll agree to disagree on that for now, but let's...
Josh, you were a fan?
I didn't mind it. You know, it was entertaining. I was entertained. As long as I'm entertained, I'm a simple man. As long as I'm entertained, I'm like this in every walk of life. Relationships. As long as you entertain me, I'm good. If I'm entertained, then I'm locked in. I can give you some applause and some flowers. All right. So
There was too much going on for me.
it definitely was a lot going on.
And then, like, come on, like, you both have, like, you're both married. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Wouldn't let that happen to me, though.
Devin, that's the yo. We've lost the art of the tease, Devin. You're supposed to let it tease, and then we get to the action later.
Ross, what are your thoughts on the halftime show? Good morning, Ross.
Average at best. Average at best.
Average at best?
Yeah. I'll say average at best.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Ross
Nothing
Levine.
better than average.
Sabine has chimed in. But let's get to so even before we get to the game, I am going to field a conversation about Tony Romo's performance in the booth.
Oh, that was
My God.
garbage.
Don't give it all away
Jim,
now.
Worst.
Don't give it all away now. But
Worst broadcaster in football.
Here's him
Garbage.
here's him and Jim Nantz calling the final play of Super Bowl 58.
Can only feel the number of people out there being like, what's going on?
Just pause it right there.
No,
I mean, he wasn't incorrect. We're going to get to the whole overtime rule scenario and controversy later, but
Ja, you should preface this as Tony Romo and then Jim Nantz calling it.
yeah,
It's
I
mostly
really
just
should.
Tony.
It's mostly Tony, and that's not supposed to be the case as a play-by-play color commentary relationship, but here's their call.
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there!
You see, that underlying comment wasn't
Super Bowl.
that wasn't needed. Hold on.
Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hard
That's not needed, but let's continue.
jackpot, Kansas City!
And this was the Andy Reid special. This was the Andy Reid special we talked about. He was saving all day. He's going to fake a motion to go across. He turns and goes back. Hardman, who they didn't have, right?
And they win it by 3 on this touchdown throw to Mecole Hardman, who started the season as a Jet.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Shout out to New York Jets making an impact and an imprint on Super Bowl 58. You gotta love to see it. You love to see it.
Both New York teams, you know, what's it called? Each had 2 representatives of the Super Bowl. First of all,
Tony.
no, I wasn't talking about that. Saquon Oseumeniura in the same commercial. Mecole Hardman, so that's Giants. Mecole Hardman scored the game-winning touchdown. Plus, Solomon Thomas was in a commercial. So let's go Jets. They got 2 guys in it.
Yeah. That's great.
I liked Patty Mahomes' post game speech too, bringing up McCole Hardman. He's like talking about how he went through adversity throughout the beginning of the season. It's like, what was the adversity? Being on the Jets?
No, that's fair. Zach Wilson was his quarterback. That's adversity. That's high level of adversity right there.
I think he had one reception as a Jet. That's his adversity. He was going through.
Alan Lazard, guys.
What's up with the Andy Reid special though? Like that, like you usually a play like that, you let it ride, let the audience take over, especially on TV. You know, you let the crowd, the sound of it, not the Andy Reid special. Roast beef on a garlic hero. It's the Andy Reid special. Burger time.
Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing. Like, as a play-by-play man, and you have such a great crowd like that, you're trained, and you'll hear all the greats say this. You'll hear Al Michaels, Joe Buck, all them dudes, Mike Breen. They give their simple little call, and they let the emotions and the crowd and everything just vibe out. But I think Jim Nantz got quiet, and Tony Romo saw it as an opportunity. Oh, he's quiet. I can really just yap. I can yap right away and right along to the biggest play in the game, the biggest play in one of the greatest sporting events in history. Every Super Bowl is a huge sporting event, and commentators got to take that seriously. And I'm reminded, I read an article on The Athletic about, they make it look nice for the TVs, but from all accounts, you read into what the CBS sources say, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are really not the biggest fans of each other.
Yeah.
And they have, like, the chemistry is lacking. So I'm not surprised that they just, it was just they pissed all over this huge moment. I'm not surprised about that at all.
So as unfortunate as this sounds, I think Nantz maybe has one more season in him, but I think that could have been his last football game that he ever broadcasted. The problem is that Tony Romo's under contract for like 6 more years with CBS, so they're going to let him decide who to work with. This is going to be a disaster.
I feel like we would have known, like Jim Nantz would have let us know, like after March Madness.
He told us before the Final Four.
Right, so you knew, like, oh, this is the last time I'll give out the tie, all that stuff, but this time we never got that from Jim Nantz. So I think he's going to at least another season, but I think if he's going to come back next season, he's going to do one more Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to do like 2 more seasons.
The thing is, though, they don't have the Super Bowl again until 2028. So
no, I know it's a long time.
I don't know. Can you get 4 more seasons out of Jim Nantz? I don't know.
What's the age check on Jim Nantz?
He's either high 60s or low 70s. Not 100% sure.
I want to say he's in his early. He's 64 years old.
Oh, that's younger than I thought.
So
he definitely could have some years still in him.
Not doing the NCAA tournament anymore. Some of the load has been taken off of him.
Well, yeah, because he has the Masters right after. Yeah,
you're right.
Big pause. Hey, yo.
Hey, I was the only one that caught it.
No, we caught it, but I just was going to wait for you to not say it. So I could just, maybe a minute later be like, did anyone catch what Liam just said? Sus.
As much as Romo sucked last night, I did think this was a funny moment. So on the Chiefs' final drive, this blitz that Steve Wilkes, who we're going to get a lot into later, because that was a disaster class in the second half, for as well as San Francisco's defense played
Kyle Shanahan
in the first half.
Class.
We're going to get to him too, but here is a funny moment. Remember, it was a 3rd down and 7. Chiefs had the ball at their own 46-yard line for some reason, and this should be common knowledge. You don't blitz the great quarterbacks. You don't blitz Tom Brady. You don't blitz Peyton Manning. You don't do it. You try to win with your 4 best pass rushers and let the coverage do the rest. That's how the Giants won 2 Super Bowls against Tom Brady. So Steve Wilkes and his defense send this blitz, and Tony Romo broke it down about as perfectly as you can.
They come after him when they've been up in here. I expect them to drop out this time. Oh, they shouldn't have done that.
Ahead he goes. Rice has the first down, and he's out of bounds at the 4.
Just like everybody that knows football was like, yeah, y'all shouldn't have done that. Y'all should just drop back in coverage and try to let your best pass rushers win. And you can't trade for Chase Young, who actually had a pretty good game yesterday.
First half, not good game.
First half, yeah. But you can't trade for him if you're gonna send a 7-man blitz in the biggest play of the season. But then what's the point?
Against Patrick Mahomes.
Against the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
What are we doing? The 49ers, and mind you, they have had 3 separate iterations of great teams. That 2012 team with Colin Kaepernick, great team with Jim Harbaugh leading the way.
Patrick Willis, DeVarra Bowman.
Yeah, they fall short versus Baltimore. And then you have, obviously, the first Super Bowl, the Chiefs 49ers game in Miami in 2019. great team as well, even though you had Jimmy Garoppolo, well-rounded team everywhere else. You were up 10 in the fourth quarter, you lose by 11. And then this last night. Touched 3 separate great teams that Kyle Shanahan and Jim Harbaugh. And Kyle Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan gets up 10 points in the Super Bowl, and everyone's like, yeah, we got him right where we want him. We got him right where we want him.
You know what, Josh? Don't forget, up 25 as the offensive coordinator of the Falcons.
That's exactly where I was going. And
then also up 10. Well, I know we just talked about the up 10, but there was only, 6 minutes left when he blew the up 10? Not a whole half like yesterday?
Yeah, he's an opposing coaches. Like, you get down double digits to Kyle Shanahan. It's like, oh, we got him.
Yeah,
we got him.
He's been outscored 29-74 in the second half and overtimes in the Super Bowl.
How do you do that?
And the 2 with the 49ers and the 1 with the Falcons.
And to touch on George Kittle, yes, I know he is the best run blocker in the.
You should have at least called yourself out for that.
Where's the former players drop?
So George Kittle.
What do you mean by that?
But I know he is one of the best run blocker in the entire football league at the tight end position. But 2 receptions for 4 total yards. It's just, you got to be able to know how to use him correctly.
He's the one that said when they lost, he was mic'd up.
He's like, we'll be back.
We'll be back. No, he didn't just say that. He said, I'll be back with a vengeance.
2 catches for 4 yards of vengeance.
Yo, these players be so corny. All you got to do is just lose.
You know what, though?
He got
a ring, though, this past. He was a beer Olympics champion this past year. So
these athletes,
he thinks that's a W, so good for him. That's his ring.
You don't got to give a movie villain speech every time you lose. Just lose, be quiet, and try to get back. That's it.
You guys hear about the Kelsey speech, the night before the Super Bowl? Apparently, he was hysterically crying in front of the team. I don't know what he was saying, but I couldn't picture seeing that. I would just laugh so hard.
Kelsey's been crying this entire weekend.
I know. I don't know what it is. It makes me think that he's going to retire. But
then
he
got
said yesterday
screaming in Andy Reid's face in the first
that
half.
was wild.
He should be arrested. He should be arrested.
Assault.
He punched him. There was a right into the chest area.
And Andy wasn't even looking that was a low blow. Not even looking and you doing that?
Did you hear what Andy Reid said after the game when they asked him?
No.
He's like, I lost my balance. Yeah, right. If they would have lost, Kelsey would be under so much heat right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it. I mean, let me just read off some stats just to be thorough here. Pat Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP for the 3rd time, joining only Tom Brady and Joe Montana as 3-time Super Bowl MVPs over the 104-year history of the NFL. Pat Mahomes' tough first half was incredible in the second half. Total for the game, 333 pass yards. Passed the ball 46 times, 34 of 46. His 66 rush yards led the entire team and had 2 passing touchdowns to his 1 interception. Travis Kelce had a slow start as well. 1 catch for 1 yard at halftime. That's why he got into Andy Reid's face like that.
No, that's not the reason why he got into Andy Reid's face. He got into Andy Reid's face because Noah Gray's guy and the Pacheco fumble. Noah Gray let the guy go past him, and that was the guy who punched it out.
But you don't think if Travis Kelce had 5 catches for 50 yards at that point?
Yes, but he was saying, I'm the best tight end in the league. I don't care if you don't think I'm a good blocker. You got to have me in on every single down.
I'm just saying, I think if he was having a good game, then he wouldn't need to assault Andy Reid.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
But you brought up Pacheco, Zach. 59 rush yards, but that lost fumble, mind you, Christian McCaffrey
cost me $240.
That first drive of the game, San Francisco's humming. This is a beautifully scripted opening drive. You would expect nothing less from Kyle Shanahan. That's the one place he's a genius, offensive play calling to start games.
Yeah.
Oh, to start games. Kyle Shanahan's incredible.
Putting them away, though?
Yeah, not great. But Christian McCaffrey couldn't put that ball away and put it on the ground, and the Chiefs recovered. A huge momentum swing where San Francisco really could have made a statement to start the game. So that's him. And Mecole Hardman, 57 yards. It wasn't just that game-winning touchdown.
Well, it was the one play, what's it called, right out of halftime.
Yeah, that he had a 52-yard catch, the longest play of the game. So he showed up and showed out. And we talk about the Chiefs and how they've looked. Last year, not so much. They were still a dominant team up there in the AFC, but this year they were questioned left and right. They're the first team in Super Bowl history to lead the league in dropped passes and win the Super Bowl. That's not supposed to happen. That just goes to show you how great Mahomes, Kelsey, Reid, those 3 as a trio are. And that's all we got to say on that. I mean, let's get to the 49er side of things. Brock Purdy, a lot was made about when Cam Newton said he was a game manager and not a game changer.
I agree with Cam Newton.
Everyone should agree with him, and it's not a slight. Some people are game managers, and their job is to manage the game, don't turn the ball over, make the big throws when you have to. Brock Purdy led the league in yards per attempt this year. I think that's a perfect case of being a game manager who's not going to show you really much anything else. He makes the big throws when he had to, and he made some big throws last night. But his failure to connect with Deebo Samuel was a red flag. 11 targets for Deebo. Only 3 catches on 11 targets. Those two are not in sync at all. Juwan Jennings, though.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about this Juwan Jennings. So I put in a parlay last night.
You bet on Juwan Jennings?
I did, because I watched...
Him.
Yes, I swear, because I'm looking for... I don't bet like crazy 20-leg parlays on some stuff that's supposed to happen that never hits. I'm looking for the long shot. Now, I almost took MVS, but I didn't. I decided against it because he's burned me all season long. But I saw Juwan Jennings, and I love how San Francisco uses him because the Chiefs have 2 great corners, McDuffie, and they have L'Jarius Sneed. So that third wide receiver... They can get some production. I'm not gonna lie, Juwan Jennings anytime touchdown catch for last night. Incredible.
That's wild.
4 catches, 42 yards and a touchdown, 21-yard touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey for the first touchdown of the game. And now let's get to some of the underlying stories. So Zach brought up Travis Kelce assaulting Andy Reid, lock him up.
Yeah, he belongs in jail.
Even though Taylor Swift would bail him out in 5 seconds.
No, he doesn't deserve to see the light of day.
That's strong.
He doesn't.
What did Andy Reid ever do to Travis
That's
Kelce,
what I'm
though?
saying. All he does is eat cheeseburgers and designs a great offense.
Hawaiian T-shirts.
Somebody tweeted...
Andy Reid rules.
He does. Somebody tweeted that Travis Kelce almost knocked all the snacks out Andy Reid pocket. I think
that would have been a disaster. We saw like 4 bags of chips fall out of his pocket.
You see ding dongs and just
snowballs.
Hey, Travis Kelce. Ni-ho! Ni-ho!
That would have been like...
You could hear the crinkle in his jacket from the chips in his jacket.
How about that D, baby?
Yes.
How about Kansas City, though? That defense, first off, Andy Reid.
Pause.
But that defense did show up. I mean, that's carried this team all season long, the Kansas City Chiefs. Speaking of Andy Reid, he did say post-game, despite retirement rumors, that he does plan to return for his 26th NFL season next year. Who will not be returning next year is Dre Greenlaw.
No, I don't know about that. I think he could be on the field at some point next year. He's a long way to go. Remember, he tore his Achilles, but it's February. If Aaron Rodgers was even remotely close to even getting back on the field 3 months after, there's no reason why in 6 months Dre Greenlaw
Do we think Aaron Rodgers had a main character moment and was like, I'm going to hit up Dre Greenlaw right now?
No, but I would say J.K. Dobbins did it.
Yeah, one of them did.
You got to try this darkness retreat.
Yeah. This ayahuasca rules.
Yeah.
We got a caller on Sports Talk. First caller of the day. Caller, state your name and state what you want to talk about.
What's up, Josh? It's Justin. How you doing?
What's up, Justin? How you like yesterday's game?
I thought it was a little dull until the special teams mishap, and then it turned into an all-timer. I thought the outcome was not what I wanted, but it was a very good game. The last quarter and overtime was something.
Yeah, no, I'm right in lockstep with you. I thought the game was dull. I actually have a confession to make. For the first time in my life, I told the morning show crew, and I told them to keep it a secret. I'm going to just out myself anyway. I fell asleep during the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God.
I know.
At what time in the game? Because that is a sin.
It was... I took, I could tell I was getting sleepy because 5 minutes in the second quarter, I was knocked out. And then I woke up, and just in time for Usher's halftime, I watched that. Yeah. The third quarter picked right back up, just being boring and, like Justin said, dull. I knocked out again. Thankfully, I woke up to catch the end of the game, but I fell asleep during the Super Bowl. Joshua Umahi, Sports Talk host, fell asleep during the Super Bowl.
That's a sin.
I found myself, scrolling on TikTok, just, scrolling. My mom's, looking at me. She's like, you do a sports show 5 days a week, and you're on TikTok right now? I was like, this game is terrible. It was awful.
You guys aren't real ball fans. I'm disappointed.
Come on.
It was a dull-ass game.
The TikTok thing, first of all, if you're falling asleep, maybe you got a lot going on. You're tired. You didn't sleep much the night before.
I run a
things
company,
happen.
man.
But scrolling on TikTok, like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Scrolling on TikTok is more acceptable than than falling asleep. Because you could be scrolling on TikTok and still have the game on and just
the game was on the background.
Exactly.
Just sitting on the couch just scrolling.
It's not like he had the game.
I didn't go down in my room and go on TikTok. I was still in the same room.
Josh, this is the Subway Surfer syndrome. It's like you need to watch or do something.
Stay stimulated.
Yeah, right. The attention spans are just so short now. Everybody needs to be doing 8 things at once to pay attention.
The screen addictions.
It was 0-0 after the first quarter.
And I'm like, ooh, it's like a pitcher's duel in baseball.
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
If you give me Spencer Strider on one end and Garrett Cole on the other end, I will sit down and watch every out of
But
that.
that's the thing. Like
That's
I do,
baseball.
I enjoy defensive games. Like, I do.
I love watching the Knicks. That's all defense.
Maybe I'll blame it on Nance and Romo, and I know Justin has some thoughts on Romo. He's still on the line, everybody. He's still on the line. But yeah, Jim Nance, as much as I love him, great play-by-play guy. Tony Romo, that's like if it was Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Oh, by the way, Troy Aikman, Pat Mahomes now has 100% of his Super Bowl championships, not 33. He came a long way in those 5 years, but man, if it was anybody else, but Nance and Romo.
I wanted Burkhart and Olsen to do this game.
Hey, you guys missed out. Nate Burleson and Noah Eagle on Nickelodeon.
Oh, the Nickelodeon broadcast was...
I honestly think it might have been better than the CBS broadcast.
Yeah, there was slime.
Yeah, there's
Nickelodeon
slime.
probably would have kept Josh awake.
Ross, what channel did you watch on, CBS or Nickelodeon?
TBS.
Oh, nice.
Justin, as you're on the line, we keep doing this to you. I don't mean to keep doing this.
Guys. You guys are the host. Josh, did you fall asleep or did you pass out? Would be a question I want to ask.
Second quarter I fell asleep. Third quarter I passed out. I was out for like a good 45 minutes. I was like, nah, this is not hitting. Thankfully, I woke up with like 10 minutes left in the fourth, and that's when it started really picking up. But I was cooked.
You didn't miss anything. So you guys were talking about Andy Reid. Where do you think he stands now? Because I remember having a conversation about this last year when he won the Super Bowl. Where does he rank now in this all-time, pantheon of great coaches? I still don't have him better than Lombardi or Belichick, but he gets one more. You can start having that conversation. Is he top 2? Is he the best? I still have him probably ranked 4th behind Shula, Lombardi, and Belichick. But I don't know. I'm going to hang up this time, so I'm not, online for 5 hours.
I have a question for you, Justin.
Yeah, what's up?
So you were saying how bad Romo is. Who would you want if you had to pick like any two to replace Romo and Nance in the CBS booth?
I would take the corpse of John Madden and, with technology.
Yeah, AI.
And Peter Rosenberg, right?
Oh, yeah. You think, though, maybe 15 years from now, with the AI, they could get, some of these icons calling games? I think that could be the future.
Hopefully not. We're looking for jobs in the future.
Yeah.
Ain't no robot going to do better than me. That's all I know.
But,
wow, what a pass.
That is a first down. Holding. Offense.
There's like AI in the future.
10-yard penalty.
Like they're saying, there will be no emotions with it too. Like I don't know. We need jobs.
I would love there to be robot refs. I would if I was a player, I'd just go and break the ref.
I saw a stand-up special, not to deviate from this, of George Carlin, who's like a great comedian from back in the day.
Of course.
And they did a whole AI special of him, and it wasn't that bad. So I'm telling you, with the advancement of technology, it's going to be less robotic and more lifelike. But I'm going to hang up, and I want your guys' thoughts. Where does Andy Reid stand on the all-time coaching list? Have a good one, boys.
Absolutely.
Top five.
Thank you for the call as well.
It's got to be top 5. That's not an argument.
Question.
I like Justin's ranking, him being at number 4. I think that's
ahead of Tom Landry.
I was really curious about
Jimmy Johnson.
Yes. Yeah.
I was curious about where y'all landed on this coming in today, because I don't know what it is about sports fans nowadays. Maybe this was always the case, but the prisoner of the moment stuff is wild, because you had some people willing to call Andy Reid the GOAT. You had some people saying that. Now, listen, Bill Belichick is in trouble now because a lot of executives think he can't relate to players, and now he's a little past his prime. But 6 Super Bowl championships is 6 Super Bowl championships, and he built that from the ground up. He did. So, and yet, like you guys are saying, I agree, there's a couple of other coaches like Don Shula. Everybody forgets about Don Shula, who, by the way, holds the record for most wins in a coaching career. So you got to put him top 3.
And that record might be safe, too. You never know what Belichick's going to be doing.
No, 100%. 100%. So, people get caught up in the hype and prisoners of the moment. And yes, the Chiefs are the first team to win back-to-back Super Bowls since Belichick's 2003-04 Patriots. But let's just all relax, calm down, and see the forest from the trees. Like, Andy Reid is a great coach. He's not the GOAT, at least not yet. He's still got some coaching left to do. He's not Belichick age. I think he's 65 years old, so he might have 5 years left on him. Let's just relax. Let's see how everything plays out. Same with Mahomes. I've called Mahomes NFL Jordan just because I think that all these guys try to knock him off his throne and fail miserably. But, I mean, Tom Brady has 7 of them things.
But did you see the comparison between Mahomes and Brady through their first 7 seasons?
I saw the stats.
Mahomes hasn't beaten literally everything.
So he's on pace to do it, but pace to do it is different from, he's the GOAT right now, stamp it.
And here's the thing, Tom Brady had like 3 Hall of Fame careers all in one.
Also, but Patrick Mahomes, all-time bad guy.
Oh, my God. All right, but
oh my God,
Patrick Mahomes has a lot of work to do, and my biggest thing when it comes to the Mahomes Brady thing is, can he do it for as long as Brady, or even could he do it for 15 seasons?
Not only his father doesn't think that he should be in the conversation yet. He said he'll be there, but not yet.
Can you trust anything that Pat Mahomes Sr. says though? Like,
that's a good point.
Yeah, but even
or for him to dispute his own son,
even. Patrick Mahomes said it yesterday. He's like, listen, I lost to Brady in the Super Bowl, so therefore I'm not better than him.
Fair enough.
But no. That's not correct.
I also want to see Mahomes without Reed and Kelsey. That's going to be a big thing, too.
Yeah.
It'll happen eventually.
Of course, yeah. I mean, who knows how many years? I mean, the thing is with Kelsey is like this year we've been watching him. Oh, this isn't his year. He's on the way out. 1 foot's off the field. The playoff time, he's still the same guy.
Yeah.
So who knows? He might still have another 2-3 seasons left in him.
Yeah, Travis Kelce, the all-time leader in playoff receptions. He did that 2 weeks ago in the AFC Championship, and all he did was catch 9 more passes in the Super Bowl. So I think that's a record that's going to stand the test of time for Mr. Kelce. So when he's retired and shacking up with Taylor Swift in 15 years, he'll have that to
There's
rely on.
no way they make it 15 years.
They'll be broken up in 2
They'll be broken. Yeah,
you guys weren't
within the next
surprised there
year
was
and a
no
half.
proposal.
I'm not surprised. No.
Here's the thing. I thought it was going to happen because,
it could happen on Wednesday. Hold on. Wednesday's Valentine's Day, and it's the parade.
Oh,
it
the
gets
parade.
so happy.
The
on
only thing,
Wednesday.
they haven't been together long enough.
No,
It's only been 7 months.
If it was going to happen, it was going to happen at the Super Bowl. That's what it's.
I think Taylor would be disgusted if she got proposed to at the Super Bowl.
No, she would love it.
I don't think she would love it.
She would love
She'd
it.
soak it all in. It's her day.
Her day. The problem is, if he proposed, no one would be talking about the Super Bowl today. Not a soul.
No, yeah.
That's why he's delaying it. He's going to wait until the parade, and then he's going to.
That's not that far. It's literally 2 days from now.
The buzz will die down in 2 days, and then everyone will recognize the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl today and tomorrow, and then you go for the kill on Wednesday. That's what you do.
Well, he couldn't do it with all the the prop bets that were saying that he was literally going to propose. When there's literal parlays of you proposing that night, you can't do it.
Wait.
Yeah, there was odds of him proposing.
There were odds of him proposing.
Wait a minute. There were odds.
Yes,
there were prop bets.
He was
There were
minus
prop bets.
300 not to propose, plus 220 to propose.
There were prop bets for Travis Kelce proposing.
So
Get some help.
The smart thing would have been.
I'm not saying I bet on it.
Wow, Devin, you degenerate. Oh my
I just think
God.
that gambling addictions are going to take over the world in the next 6 months. Not even. You thought I was going to say 6 years. No, 6 months. This is terrible.
Devin O'Shea is
What are we
going to be the
betting on?
leading cause of this.
I am not a big bettor.
Shout out my boy Corey. Corey is the embodiment of the gambling meme where you keep mining for the diamonds.
Yeah, it's like
you search up.
Won him something last night, baby.
In the dictionary, you search up the word degenerate. It's Corey David's face
okay,
on the
so
screen.
what you say? Corey won $100 last night.
100.
He'll probably lose 400 tonight and be like, "It's okay, I won 100 today."
Y'all are so cynical.
That was the thing, Josh.
Y'all are so.
You said the meme where he's mining. His diamonds was $100. How much has Corey lost to get to this point?
Stop it.
Get some help.
I love you, Corey, but yeah, just 100. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the way you guys are making it seem, he thought it was like 1,000, 2,000.
Well, you know, he's one that appreciates the small victories. We will take a timeout on Sports Talk, but when we come back, we'll get into more from Super Bowl 58, the Chiefs winning, the 49ers losing, and this overtime controversy, the overtime rules controversy. Oh, we're going to get to that. Plus the weekend's headlines on the other side of the break as well. Here on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by The Nest at NCC, a food pantry located on the campus of Nassau Community College. The Nest offers groceries, personal care items, school supplies, and new clothing to anyone in need who are part of the campus community who are finding it hard to make ends meet. The Nest is a nonprofit agency that accepts donations of food, basic health supplies, and more. Whether you are able to provide help or need some, more information is available by email, foodinthenest@gmail.com. That's foodinthenest@gmail.com or online at nestncc.weebly.com. That's nestncc.weebly.com.
Yo, after the night, don't leave your girl around me, true player for real. That's my nigga for
real. Swizz Bees, don't leave your girl around Usher. Don't do it. But he was a good sport about it.
Was he?
He on Instagram.
Yeah,
he was.
you saw. As good of a sport as he could be.
I mean, no, you never want to be the guy that's like, "Yo, I can't believe Usher a fraud." Da 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 da. You gotta save face and just accept it for what it is. Like it's Usher.
It's okay. He's the next Adam 22. It's fine.
That's.
What's the conversation when Alicia walks?
Yeah, when she gets back home.
A lot of yelling and barking.
What'd you think about my performance, honey? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, that dinner table's got to be. Welcome back to Sports Talk here on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Joshua Umahi, Liam Flynn, Zach Spring, Devin O'Shea, and Ross Levine, and yourself at 516-572-7440. We love your phone calls, so please continue to bring them. So what I wanted to get to was obviously I did promise a halftime show conversation. I do want to get to some other things that happened in the NBA, but let's keep it Super Bowl centric for now. So yeah, surprising me that Usher started with "You Don't Have to Call" rather than like OMG or
I thought
I had a bet that he was starting with but it is
no, it was definitely the end.
It was 100% going to be the last one.
Yeah, you can bet on Usher's first song.
Yeah, a lot of people bet on.
Do you remember 100%?
Popular, what's it called? Bets taken this.
Do you remember my prop bet of the day on Friday? It was Reba's boot color for the national anthem. They've got everything.
Oh my god!
Did you say it was red or something? It was going to be red or something?
I thought it was going to be red.
I sold the Gatorade color too for my prop bet. I thought it was orange. I thought I got some inside information and it was purple.
Yeah.
Absolute tragedy.
I knew it was purple.
Even worse, the Niners were drinking orange Gatorade too. So, absolute tragic scene.
Not to be. Oh, man. It's just a lot happened. We haven't even got to everything I wanted to talk about, but we need to spend some time on this overtime rule controversy.
Yeah.
So it seems like every Super Bowl we have, we're going to have a major talking point that just happens after the game. And this year was this overtime rule stuff. So the 49ers won the overtime toss. Now, for anybody that's played Madden, it's automatic that you receive the ball. But the new overtime rules that were put in place after Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills lost that incredible game to Pat Mahomes in Kansas City, the 13 seconds game. You could do a lot in 13 seconds. But that was the reason why these overtime rules were put into place. But now you have it where this is the first overtime game in the postseason since then. We didn't have an overtime game in the playoffs last year. We didn't have one in the first 3 rounds this year. This was the first one to take place since that game. And as time was winding down, like Tony Romo, I mean, he's annoying and he talks a lot, but I thought he did a good job trying to notify everybody. Like, yeah, I bet America's confused because this is the first time we're really seeing this on this big a stage. So 49ers took the ball. Conventional wisdom would lead you to believe that you would kick so that if the other team scores, you know what you have to do. If the other team scores a touchdown, you know you got to get a touchdown. And then if you can decide whether to go for 2 or score, then, you know, that, or go for 2 or kick the extra point. that's up to you, but you know what you have to do when you get the ball because you're guaranteed a possession. Both teams in the new overtime rules in the postseason are guaranteed a possession. So here's what Kyle Shanahan
we never thought
had
about
to say.
4th and 4. I mean, even if we do go and score, they still can go down and match it. And so, no, there wasn't a thought there.
Kyle, with the new rules for overtime, what goes into the decision to take the ball first there?
It's just something we talked about with, none of us have a ton of experience of it, but we went through all the analytics and talked with those guys, and we just thought it'd be better. We wanted the ball third. If both teams matched and scored, we wanted to be the ones who had the chance to go in, and we got that field goal, so we knew we had to hold them to at least to a field goal, and if we did, then we thought it was in our hands after that.
I understand exactly what he's saying.
Now, you can understand it, Zach, but my cap detector's going off the charts right now. I don't believe it for a second. We went through all the analytics. Really,
I do.
No, but here's what some of his players had to say.
They didn't even know the rule.
That's the point.
That's the point. Here's what Kyle Juszczyk had to say post game. He was asked about the overtime rules because it was all the media wanted to talk about last night. Here's what Kyle Juszczyk had to say.
You know what? I didn't even realize that the playoff rules were different in overtime, so I assumed you just want the ball because you score a touchdown and win, but I guess that's not the case. So I don't totally know the strategy there. No, we haven't talked.
Now, you can call me whatever you want here, but Kyle Shanahan, offensive genius, right? But a bigger part of coaching, in my opinion, is to let your players know what's going on.
Yeah. Teach your kids the rules.
Like, the 49ers, it is not like the 49ers are the New York Giants or the Washington Commanders. The San Francisco 49ers know.
Still low-key incompetent. Like,
no, they know. The 49ers know they're going to be a postseason team. So it would move you to learn the postseason rules. You should talk about that in training camp. But they said they didn't talk about it on Super Bowl week.
No. Let me just to play devil's advocate, like, shouldn't the players make themselves aware, especially when new rules, because that Josh Allen thing was huge when it happened. Yeah. Everybody knew the rule was going, when the rule was enacted, everybody was talking about it. It was like, oh, do you agree with this? Do you think this is stupid? Is Josh Allen this and that? So I feel like every player should have at least the, it's not like you're coaching high school players. They should know the rules.
I hate to be this guy, but I don't think NFL players are the most intelligent people on planet Earth. I think, CTE, ESPN is a reason because of that.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, the coaches, there's 53 players, but the coaches, Andy Reid said they talked about it in training camp. They talked about it throughout the season, postseason especially. They talked about it the entire 2-week buffer for Super Bowl week.
I don't know. I think in the last drive of the game, obviously Brock Purdy did the kneel to bring it to overtime.
Which cost,
to do anything
by the way,
crazy.
speaking of bad beats, that cost people Brock Purdy over 12.5 rush yards. Him taking that knee cost so many people money.
That's so funny.
Knowing that the Chiefs were the ones that were on the drive, the possession prior to overtime, and to take the ball for the first drive of overtime, I think right there you give it right back to the Chiefs, and you give a team that had to just go down the field and and tie the game to bring it to overtime. I think you give them the ball and see what they can do. I don't think you take the ball right there.
I think so I'm gonna say that I think that they actually kind of if they would have held him to a field goal, everyone would have been like, Kyle Shanahan's a genius.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So there's no really way of like looking at it because yes, he's correct. If you get it third,
what do you mean though?
Okay, so obviously they got the ball first, they kick a field goal. Mm-hmm. If they would have held Kansas City to a field goal, people would have been like, oh my God, Kyle Shanahan's so smart. Because then it turns to next point wins, and San Francisco's getting it back. So, like...
But here's the thing with Kyle Shanahan's answer in that press conference. He said if you get the ball third.
Yeah.
There's
no guarantee you get the ball third, though.
No, right. Well,
he thought he was going to score a touchdown in the first drive.
Well, I think you shouldn't be that confident in your abilities when.
I mean, they were moving at the end of the game. The Niners offense, so they and the Chiefs defense was really tired.
But
that's also why they wanted.
The Chiefs defense is really good too.
But like he said in his press conference, that's why he took the ball because he did trust. That's why he didn't go for it on fourth, and I think it was 4.
Yeah, fourth.
Because
you got to trust.
He trusted his defense to go down the field and hold him to a field goal or less.
They didn't do it.
They didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The 4th and 4, you got to go for it.
Instead
After
of
that drive, you got to go for it.
You cannot, against the greatest quarterback of our generation, put him in a position position where he knows what he has to do. Like, if you score a touchdown, it's not that, you just matched 7 for 7. They could go for 2.
Yeah. We've seen what he can do in 13 seconds.
Did you guys see that Chris Jones said that they were planning on going for 2 if San Francisco
And I believe
scored?
him because Andy Reid is an aggressive coach.
I think Reid may have even confirmed it too.
He did confirm it, but he also could just be capping right now to make this funny and put more on Shanahan.
I was going to go for it.
I don't think Reid is.
No, I think he would have gone for it.
Just in general, I don't think Reid's the type of guy to do that.
If they would have went for 2 and missed it though? What kind of?
I mean, we would talk about that for generations, but I mean that's
plus the Taylor.
We talk about the analytics and all that and everything that goes into going for 2 in situations like that. But and we saw it with Jim Harbaugh, it's worked for Jim Harbaugh. It's backfired for John Harbaugh. Well, both of them really. They're both riverboat gamblers, but it's worked for them. It's hurt them. Mm-hmm. So it's the ultimate, risk reward.
Well,
ultimate risk reward.
Look at what happened in the college football playoff this year. Michigan, Alabama. Alabama went for 2, I'm pretty sure, and they had that run play right up the middle, and it was terrible.
Right into the offensive line.
Yeah,
you know what?
If they did it and they missed.
If they get it.
Saban's a genius if they get it. Yeah.
And you win the game. You don't worry about overtime when we're not talking about stupid-ass overtime rules. You don't have to worry about that.
That play call was stupid.
Yeah,
that was a stupid play call by Saban.
They should have just went for...
It might have been Bill O'Brien. It might have not been Saban.
When it was 4th and 4 at the 35 of Kansas City with 2 minutes left or whatever, minute 53, they should have just went for it. That to me was... I know they got the field goal, but what did it mean? What it really means.
And I agree with you, Ross. And this is why I didn't criticize Dan Gamble for gambling like he did in the NFC Championship. I didn't rip him. I know America wanted to rip him, but I didn't because that's how he's coached all season long.
But even the fourth quarter overtime, one of those you gotta go for it.
Kyle Shanahan tucked his tail. That's what he did.
It's so funny
for what it is
because in 2 separate weeks, people were criticizing Dan Campbell for being way too aggressive, and then literally 2 weeks later, it's like, Kyle Shanahan, you're soft. I'd
rather have Zach. I'll take an aggressive coach over a conservative, tuck your tail, Dennis Allen-ass coach.
Yes. Compared to a Brian Dable, where we're going for 2 almost every time.
I want that coach.
And Dan Campbell was robbed of a Coach of the Year. That's just in my opinion. That's just in my opinion. D'Amico Ryan's first year head coach. Kevin Stefanski.
The Texans have the second worst record in the NFL last year.
I know that, but Dan Campbell from going from I think it was a 3-13-1
to 7-9 last year,
7-9 to now to NFC championship game
or 8-9. Sorry, but
I was going to say is Kyle Shanahan Marv Levy?
He might be.
I think he is.
Yeah, it's he's the new
Marv
age.
Levy.
For the kids that don't know who Marv Levy is, just know that's a man that fell short every chance he got. And Kyle Shanahan, for as smart as he is, obviously he's the son of Mike Shanahan, a 2-time champion coach with the Denver Broncos. So, I mean, maybe Kyle can make himself feel better by going in his dad's ring closet.
Yeah, and just putting it on.
For cope.
You'll never get one of these, son.
That's real fatherhood, by the way. You got to, needle your son every chance you get with that. But, yeah, I mean, Kyle Shanahan has now got it done. This is his third, as either a offensive coordinator or a head coach, third double-digit Super Bowl lead. I can't get over that. How do you not get one? Not a single one.
The 25-point lead just still is mind-boggling. They only ran the ball 4 times the whole second half. They didn't think to burn any clock. I still think about that every day.
Terrible.
And the craziest part, too, is that he's had such good teams with these
between
leads.
Atlanta and San Francisco. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. These are some of the top teams
offenses.
Over what's that stupid DVOA? If you think it's real or not,
I believe in it. I do.
It's some metric for where how good is this team? What is it? Defensive value?
Defensive value over average.
Yeah.
I saw Niners fans on Twitter last night complaining that they didn't keep D'Amico Ryans. He should have been the head coach, they said.
Well, Steve, that's extreme, but I would say...
not even talking about defensive coordinator with Steve Wilkes. They were like, D'Amico Ryans would have made the right decision there and went for it.
Robert Saleh.
No.
Let me finish. Robert Saleh, infinitely better defensive coordinator than Steve Wilkes. Can we all agree there?
Yeah.
Steve Carl is a doo-doo head coach. But, I mean, as a defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh might have won that game last night.
I don't even think it was defense. I don't even think it was
You can't get mad at their defense. Their defense held them to 19 points.
They held them to 3 points and a half. Like, you have to win.
Ross, you're right, but that blitz, you cannot blitz them. You can't do it.
I agree, but that's that game. If you're going to blame anything from the Niners standpoint, it's mostly on the offense. Like that's what lost them the game. The defense, to be fair, they gave up 1 touchdown. And that was on a poor special teams play.
Yeah, it unluckily hit somebody in the foot. But that's not even like
you can't defend that stuff.
By the way, I saw a really funny tweet. It was like, I can't wait for April when the Panthers overpay for Jawan Jennings so much.
He's a star, man. That's it. He won me some money.
He's low-key going to get a bag. He's a free agent this offseason. Like, he is going to get decent
compared
money.
to the other wideout receivers in free agency.
No, obviously, he's not going to get Mike Evans or Michael Pittman money.
T.
But
Higgins, Calvin Ridley.
Might go to the Chiefs. Chiefs.
Jawan Jennings to the Chiefs? No,
yeah,
my prediction is Mike Evans to the Chiefs.
I think they get Evans too, but Juwan Jennings to the Chiefs would be funny too. Like, yeah, you just lost to us in the Super Bowl. Come join us.
Right? Yeah.
Why not?
Can't beat him. Join him.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, Snake, Cupcake.
By the way, Eric Armstead, it wasn't just Kyle Juszczyk. Eric Armstead also said post-game that he wasn't aware of the new playoff overtime rules. I just think as a head coach, you cannot have multiple of your players not know the overtime rules in the biggest game of y'all careers. That can't happen.
I get it. Like, at the same, like, the players should know the rules, but I guess that's what separates Kyle Shanahan from being a really good head coach and Andy Reid being a great head coach. Is just, I don't care if these guys are adults, they should know, but I'm going to make sure, not double check, triple check throughout the season. You guys better know this rule.
You're like, that doesn't come up in a team meeting throughout the entire season.
Especially
what were y'all
in the
talking
playoffs.
about?
Like
the first song Usher was going to sing? What were y'all talking about that y'all couldn't discuss the new playoff overtime?
They were talking about
Super Bowl?
So what do you think, Devo? OMG?
The clothes that Juszczyk's wife was making. That was the topic of conversation in the Niners facility.
Terrible.
My left arm is a little bit longer than my right arm.
Or if Devo can freestyle better than Kadarius Toney, that's what they were talking about.
I mean, let's also put it this way too: the Niners were lucky to get there. I mean, they shouldn't have been the Packers. They should not have been the Lions.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
So, like, as heartbreaking as it was, this is what happens when you play with fire. As much as they have, they should not have even been there. You could argue that the Lions probably should have.
Kind of happy though that they were there, just because I think the Chiefs would have ran through the Lions.
Oh, of course, but
it wouldn't even been close.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was an entertaining night, and all I can do is chalk it up to giving some props to Pat Mahomes. Michael K., your opinion on Pat Mahomes?
This guy's really good.
I agree.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
Good take.
Let's get to the weekend's headlines. A lot happened other than the Super Bowl, but we only got some select things to get to. Let's start local in the NBA with the New York Knicks.
Season's over.
It's over.
Two people saying it's over. Wow.
And Ross been saying this since the third game of the year.
Yeah, Ross said it the fourth game of the year, and then a couple of weeks ago, Ross was like, they're back, they're good, we're going to figure this out.
Now it's over
again.
Well,
they lost 3 out of their last 4. It's so over.
There's no Randall.
Oh my God.
We knew this was going to happen.
Games in a row. 9 games in a row.
With Randall.
What a surprise.
We knew that this was going to happen with the Knicks, with Randall going down with injury, with OG going down with injury. We knew that there was going to be a tiny hiatus of the Knicks being a mid-team for a tiny period of time, but we knew with the injuries of OG and Julius Randle, we knew that going into the playoffs, they were going with Mitchell Robinson back, Randle back, OG back, having Boyan and Alec Burks off the bench, with DiVincenzo at the 2 guard, who's been killing it, and Brunson leading the team. We knew going into these injuries that's going to be a tiny period of time. The Knicks were going to be pretty bad, but knowing that they're going to be good in the playoffs.
Y'all should be ashamed.
Thing is,
y'all really should. There's no way you can say the Knicks season is over.
They're going to lose in the second round again. Come on, we know this is happening.
You can say that.
They don't have a secondary
this healthy Knicks team.
In the playoffs.
This healthy Knicks team, I put that above the Bucks.
Wow,
100%.
Well, the Knicks for now missing, like we said, 3 or 4 prominent rotation players. 4 prominent rotation players. They didn't have a starting center. They were missing Robinson and Hartenstein
and Sims too.
Yeah, Jericho Sims.
So they were not beating the Pacers.
Jericho Sims is probable tonight.
He's gonna play. He's had the flu the last couple days.
Wake me up when they're fully healthy. That's what I said.
I'll wake you up in April.
That's all I'm saying. They did lose to the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton had a self-backboard assist. And all I'm going to say on that is, you're not doing that if Mitchell Robinson's there.
No.
He's going to whack you across the face and leave you crying on the paint. Like, what are you doing? You can show up and show out against Precious Achua.
Taj Gibson.
What's happening with our full lineup?
Taj Gibson started.
Please, stop. Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks made their...
Bogdanovic, terrible.
Taj, if you're...
I'm kidding. It was his first game. I'm being the most stereotypical Knicks fan ever right now. Burks is really
Whoever
good,
is said that it's great that Taj Gibson's starting, I'm very disappointed.
I don't think anyone said
I don't think anybody on
Not
Earth...
a single person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just...
Not a single...
And I like Taj Gibson, but I'm very disappointed.
I have a thing to say. Why don't we bring back Nerlens Noel? He's a free agent. Like,
honestly,
can't be worse than Taj.
No, can't.
Sign him on 10-day.
I disagree, but we'll leave it there. Moving on. By the way, the Knicks play the Rockets tonight. But moving on, that Suns-Warriors game this weekend.
Wow. Yeah.
Cinema.
It's absolute cinema. Here's Mike Breen's call on the game winner that we saw. And it was by a player on Golden State. And it was only the greatest shooter of all time getting open.
Podziemski has it. Here come the screens. Curry comes free. Gets the ball. Puts up a three-pointer. Bang! Steph Curry, bang! Three-pointer with 7/10 of a second remaining.
Steph Curry just caught the ball, pivoted, and shot. It looked like a 30-foot runner.
Okay.
Music to the ears.
Podziemski's pass was, like, honestly, if it would have been, like, directly to Steph, he wouldn't have scored there.
That's a fact. That was a
the
very...
bad pass actually was good.
Right.
You also, when Mike Breen is calling a Warriors game, you know the ball's going in.
Yeah, it's just
bang!
Yeah.
Bang!
I love Mike Breen. Also in this game of note, Draymond Green.
I don't live my life with regrets.
What's up, bro? You got into it with Yusuf Nurkic again. Here's what happened in y'all's situation on Saturday night.
Nurkic backing in, goes right at Draymond Green. Oh, Nurkic saying too small. And remember, for those just tuning in and didn't remember, it was Green's smack of Nurkic that got him that suspension. And the last time these two teams played,
Your turnover percentage goes down.
Draymond Green does the same, too small. Green and Nurkic going at it.
I love it. I love it. I agree. As much as flack as we give Draymond Green, the NBA needs more Draymond Greens. Because that game would not have been as entertaining if not for Draymond Green just being Draymond Green. Like, we need irritants. We need enforcers. I know Draymond Green's I was going to say a strong word that I don't know if I could say on the FCC airwaves, but he's a little bit of a-hole, I'll say. But we need players like that in the lovey-dovey, gushy NBA. We need Draymond Green. I don't care.
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
Pat Bev.
Shams just reported that Terry Rozier sprained his right knee.
Yeah, he's going to be week to week.
Aw, that's a karma for you. Because Jaime Jaquez Jr. took a charge on Julius Randle. They were down 18 points. Try hard-ass team.
That was ridiculous.
I root for their downfall. I'm actually rooting.
I hope they miss the playoffs.
For the rarest time, I was rooting for Devin Celtics to actually beat them last night.
You see Bam, like, completely uppercut Porzingis' you-know-what?
Yo, like, why are you digging into
and then Porzingis gets the foul?
Why are you digging into that man's jewels when you drive into the basket? Bam Adebayo's got problems.
The Latvian jewels.
that whole team's got problems, but we didn't have many problems on Sports Talk today, I would say.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so.
For Liam Flynn, Zach Spring, Devin O'Shea, Ross Levine, this is Joshua Umahi. Thanking you once again for listening to Sports Talk here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
I don't live my life with regrets.